Good morning, Magic players and card collectors of all kinds. Welcome back to the channel. I'm doing my best to try and be upbeat and positive. It is Christmas time, and I am really excited for Christmas time. Just a little disappointed because I really wanted to film this video at home and do a special Christmas episode for you guys with Kaiba. But my dad has decided he's going to hang out again at my house, and that means I can't really record anything with volume. So therefore, I am stuck in the car. So I'm going to do my best to find something on my phone that's really cool and cute to put as an insert halfway through. And I will cut this into 2 parts, and yeah. It's definitely not going to be as cool and as positive and happy as it was going to be, but it is what it is. But with that said, it is Tuesday, and that means one thing on our channel. It is time for Dollarama Draws of Destiny! I was actually going to do a 5-pack episode of Dollarama Draws of Destiny if I had a chance to do this at home with Kaiba, but can't. And so I figure we'll just cut it off at 4. We'll do 2 packs before. Then we'll throw in some cool, cute little Kaiba stuff for the Kaiba lovers of the channel. And then we'll do the last 2 packs afterwards. So, yeah. Hopefully everybody's holidays are getting, everybody's getting psyched for their holidays and everything's going well for you guys. I'm going to start with this one, yeah. I am doing pretty decent overall. Other than, like I say, not being able to record at home, which is disappointing, but things are going fairly well. Otherwise, work is a little bit of a pain in the butt, but I'll get there. But I'm having a good time at home, of course, with my baby boy. And all my Christmas shopping is done, which is the important part, because now I don't have to go into the crazy mess that is shopping with all these people. I am parked over at the mall right now because I was driving in this direction when I got home. So it was kind of weird to do like a turnaround and go back to the strip mall. So I figured I'd just park over here instead. But yeah. Anyways, pack number 1. Ooh, we're starting with something cool. Whisper Agent. 1 and a combination of 2 blue or black. Flash, when this thing enters the battlefield, surveil 1 is a 3/2. Decent. I'll take it. I'll take it. Hop to it, create 3 1/1 white rabbit creature tokens. Beautiful card. If I didn't have an extra copy of this already, I'm not sure if I do or not. It's definitely going to go in my bunny deck when I build it. So nice. Sunset Revelry. That's going to be one of those hard ones to pronounce. Ooh, it's a Lord of the Rings card. Nice. 1 and a white. If an opponent has more life than you, you gain 4 life. If an opponent controls more creatures than you, create 2 1/1 human creature tokens. If an opponent has more cards in hand than you, draw a card. Very versatile for 1 and a white. I like that. Another Lord of the Rings card, Thrill of Possibility. 1 and a red. As an initial cost to cast this, you have to discard a card and draw 2 cards. It is a classic Lord of the Rings card, of course, but it does have the flavor of the Lord of the Rings here. 100 ladders were raised against the battlements. Over the wall and under the wall, the last assault came, sweeping like a dark wave upon a hill of sand. Nice. Riot Control. 2 and a white. You gain 1 life for each creature your opponents control. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you this turn. Heck yes. That is another awesome hit. Ooh, we got a legendary for the day, and I actually have this guy twice. And I actually have 2 copies of this. I have the original art, and I have this version of the art. And I actually really like this card. I'm not sure if my one that I have at home with this version of the art, though, has the nice purple background or not. That might be special. Anyways, this guy's insane. 3 and a black for a 3/4. At the beginning of each player's end step, if no permanents left the battlefield this turn, that player loses X life, where X is this thing's power. And then choose a background. I have a really cool background deck with this guy. I haven't featured it yet on Super Deck Sunday, but it will be coming up at some point. And yeah, So I'm really excited about this. I actually have another background card that I might choose to build this again with a different one. We'll see. Dimir Guildmage. A combination of 2 blue or black. 2/2. Pay 3 and a black, target player draws a card. Pay 3 and a black, target player discards a card. Neat. A little expensive on those effects, but I'll still take it. We got ourselves a copy of the Ivory Tower. I've pulled this a few times, and it is a really solid card in any deck that can hold more than 7 cards. Because you're guaranteed to gain a bunch of life each turn as long as you can keep your hand full. So, goes really well with the Bunny, for example. Mrs. Bumbleflower, it goes insane in that deck. Oop! Knocked you guys off kilter. Sorry about that. Hopefully that won't screw up the video too much. We got Commander Sphere. This is one of my favorite artwork versions of this, actually. Taps to add 1 mana of any color. You can sacrifice this to draw a card. The Noldor, perhaps Feonir himself, wrought the Palantiri, sorry, in days so long ago that the time cannot be measured in years. Nice. Commune with Dinosaurs. 1 green. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Reveal a dinosaur card or a land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest into the bottom of your library in any order. Cool. Prison Realm. 2 and a white. Enters the battlefield. Exile target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls until this thing leaves the battlefield. When this thing enters the battlefield, you get to scry 1. I mean, you guys know how I feel about these kinds of cards. I really don't like having something just on the battlefield as like a token for somebody to like target right away because they want to get their stuff back. I do like that this one comes with scry 1 though, and it's a little bit cheaper than some of the other ones. Eyes in the Skies. 3 and a white. Create a 1/1 bird creature token with flying, then populate. That's kind of expensive for that. Flame Stash. 1 red. Deals 4 damage to target creature. Jeez. Irrigated Farmland. Ooh. Fetchable land. Snoop. Taps for color blue or white. Enters battlefield tapped. Has cycling 2. And Feral Krushok. 4 and a white, or blue, 4 and a green, my god. I'm going to go through every color except the one I want to say. For 5/4 with just some flavor text. Yeah, decent pack for sure. I think my favorite card definitely in this pack would be the Riot Control, though. I think that's the best card so far in this pack. Although, I'm sure Snoop will make a case for the Irrigated Farmland because he does love fetchable lands. Alright, pack number 1 done. Let's go to pack number 2 and see what we got for you. And then we'll get you guys some Kaiba stuff. I think what I'll do is, there was a video that I was going to put together of Kaiba and I going over a bit of Christmas stuff that I got out from the storage unit, and a couple things that I had to buy from Dollarama. So maybe I will get that out for you guys into this in the middle, if there's nothing else that's worthwhile. 2 and a black. Swamp Walk. Scavenge 2 and a black. 2/1. Yeah. I wish that this thing would also, when you did the scavenge, you also got to put an ability counter like you do for some of the other ones, but it's not bad. Ritual of Steel. Old school? Old school, 96. Woo! Draw a card at the beginning of the upkeep of the turn after Ritual Steel comes into play. Enchanted creature gets +0/+2. Okay, so on the next turn's upkeep, you get to draw a card for putting this into play, and then you're giving a defense buff, which isn't bad. I'm not going to knock that. I like the artwork on it. Molder Beast. 4 and a green for 5/3 with trample. Whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, this thing gets +2/+0 until end of turn. If it was a 3/5, I would like that a lot more, but I'm going to say probably not something I'm going to play. Omen of the Dead, on the other hand. I like just the name of it. 1 black flash. When this thing enters the battlefield, return target creature from your graveyard to your hand. Pay 2 and a black, sacrifice this thing, and scry 2. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Usually my complaint is that when you have to put one of these enchantments into play, you can't do anything with it when it comes in, and that you have to pay an extra cost just to get the ability. But this one's got some good stuff to it. I like it. Mold Graft Scavenger. 1 and a green for a 0/4 fungus. And it gets +3/+0 if there are 4 more card types among cards in your graveyard. Okay. Pride Malkin. 2 and a green for a cat. 2/1. When it enters battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter has trample. Okay. It's not terrible. Essence of Orthodoxy. 3 and 2 white for a 3/3 Phyrexian. Flying. When this thing or another Phyrexian enters the battlefield under your control, incubate 2. Nice. I like that a lot, actually. Renegade Map. Enters the battlefield tapped. Tap it, sacrifice it, search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Yeah, I mean, it only costs 1 to put into play, but you're looking at 2 turns to get it to do its thing unless you have a way to keep it from tapping or untap it when it comes into play. Either way, Right now, the card to beat is definitely the Essence of Orthodoxy. That is going to go sick in my one Phyrexian deck that focuses on incubating and stuff. I didn't have a copy of that before, I don't think. Searing Light, 1 white, target attacking or blocking creature gets destroyed if it has power 2 or less. Okay. Moorland Drifter, 1 and a white for a 2/2. Has flying as long as there are 4 more card types among cards in your graveyard. Yeah. Comet Crawler, 2 and a black for a 2/3 with lifelink. When it attacks, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. It's not bad. It's not bad. Better than a couple of the last pulls. Opt is a good one. Scry 1, draw a card. Dawnheart Disciple, 1 and a green for a 2/2. Whenever another human enters the battlefield under your control list, then gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Meh. Ooh, Watcher of the Web is a good one to pull. I love this one for any deck that has green. This is an insane blocker because first off, it has reach, and second off, it can block 8 creatures each combat. So, I mean, it's going to die the first combat that you try to use that effect, but you can actually keep yourself from dying to, like, flying, essentially, with this thing. As long as the flying creatures don't also have trample. Which is pretty insane. And Cryo Shatter. Enchanted creature gets -5/-0 when the enchanted creature becomes tapped or is dealt damage, destroy it. Yeah. Definitely the Essence is the best, followed by, I'd say, the Watcher of the Web and then the Omen. I like those 3. I like the old school card, too. The rest of this was okay. But that first pack definitely had a lot more heat to it, just not anything as cool as this. This is definitely my pull of the day right now. Alright, we're going to put a pause in the video now, and you guys are going to get to go see some cool Kaiba content, whatever that may be. And then you're going to come back for 2 more packs. See you in a bit. Yeah? You excited? Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. We gotta get the womb ready for Santa Claus. Yeah. They got some stuff out of storage. They got some stuff out of storage for Santa Claus. Yeah? We got some goblins. Yeah. Daddy's gonna put them up along there. He's gonna put some up along there. And he might put some along the cards here too. Although I have a feeling that that might make Snoop even more paranoid about my piles of cards. Maybe we'll put it across the back of the bed. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, I put that down for now. Put that up there for now. You're gonna have to cut it into smaller pieces anyways. What else do I got? What else do I got? Let's see. I did have to stop at the Dollar Whammo too on the way. That's why we have a bigger bag. Those are from the Christmas party. Daddy needed some more snacks for later. There's some more. Oop. Oh no! Who's in the bag? Didn't realize that this bag of gummies was holding the bag in place. Oh my goodness! Yes, your stuff. Your stuff. Your stuff. What else do you have? What else do you have? I know. I know. I'm working on it. Okay. What about the Santa Claus ornament? You like that? You think we put that here? Or here? What do you think? Put that there? How about the Frosty ornament? See a good ornament? Yeah? You like Frosty? Frosty go here? Then we got a Frosty and a snowman? Or a Frosty and a Santa? Yeah? Yeah? Oh my goodness, what about you? Always what about you? You know, being greedy isn't good. That's not going to get you stuff from Santa Claus this year at Christmas. Not to worry. Gotta make sure to replace your snacks. We got your liver for the week. Plus an extra bag, because just in case. And I got you some bacon strips too, because I knew that you were running low on those. And you only have 2 left. Alright. Yes, there is one more thing for you. Don't forget. Yes, I did do something. You'll be nice. You'll be nice to Santa Claus. You take good care of him over the next few days. And then that way he knows that he can come here and be safe. And he gives you lots of goodies in your stocking. Daddy already put your stocking in the back of the car. Did that this morning to make sure that you would not. I believe there's a squeaky in here somewhere in the face. Maybe it was in the body. You don't care. You were supposed to make Santa Claus feel safe, not destroy him. Oh, my puggy. Santa Claus. Pretty sure he has a squeaky. There it is. There's a squeaky up there. You got him? You got him? Yeah. Aw. Good boy. You be nice to Santa Claus. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Is that you, Santa Claus? It's the Oogie Boogie Man. Oh, I love you, buddy. You're the cutest little guy. Yes, you are, Kaiba. The cutest little guy. Did you already whip the mustache off? It was the one thing I didn't like about this toy. I was thinking about taking the mustache off myself before I gave it to you, but I thought that way it looked weird without the mustache. Yeah, you're gonna suck on his nose, aren't you? Oh, you're gonna give his wet nose a nice kiss? Yeah. Oh, that's my good boy. Yeah, you excited for Christmas? Only a few more days. Not that you would know from your calendar, which you did not eat a single biscuit from. That you know for next time. One of our friends online, she has a homemade calendar that she got from somewhere like Amazon or somewhere. I can't remember exactly where she said she got it from, but I'm going to do that next time. I'm going to give you a homemade one where I put tweets in it that you like. Yes, that's going to be the plan next year. Here's your good boy. Here's your good boy. You gonna tell the humans you love them? Say bye-bye, humans. Aw, good boy. Good boy. There we go. That's better. Back in the car with 2 more packs to wrap. Oh, yeah. I'm going to open this one last since I opened that one first last time. Finish this Christmas episode of Dollarama Draws of Destiny. Well, Christmas week episode. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for Christmas yet. I asked you guys in my video yesterday. I didn't get any feedback yet. I'm going to put out a poll, I think, too. Would you guys like to see... Ooh, that looks spicy. I'm going to put that to the back. Would you guys like to see pack battle on Christmas / Christmas Eve, whatever? Would you guys like to see just me opening a few packs and then spread out the packs as much as I can? Maybe I can make what I have left last even until the end of February instead of having it end around my birthday like I originally intended to. Or should I just do some more Dollarama Draws of Destiny even? I'm going to leave those as your 3 options. Either Dollarama Draws of Destiny. I have a pack battle. There'll be a 3-on-3 pack battle between Avatar and Guilds of Ravnica. Or I will just open 3 or 4 random packs and just ring in the holiday spirit with you guys and then do the same thing for New Year's. And we'll go from there. So, yeah, those are the options. And in terms of the pack, we have Igneous Elemental to kick us off. 4 and 2 red for a 4/3. But it costs 2 less to cast if there is a land card in your graveyard. And when it enters the battlefield, you may have it deal 2 damage to target creature. You saw nothing. Face Fetters. 3 and a white. Enchant permanent. Enchant. When this thing enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life. Enchanted permanent can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. That's not bad. I don't like the fact that mana abilities still work, because that means that you can still tap things for mana. And throwing this on a mana dork might be fun to do. But it's not bad. We got another Mold Graph Scavenger. Galactic Wayfarer, 2 and a green. When it enters the battlefield, create a lander token. 3/3. Yeah, okay. That one's decent enough. Thrill of Possibility. Discard a card, draw 2 cards. We saw the Lord of the Ring version. Now we see the M21 version. Kind of like the M21 version, to be honest. Kessig Cagebreakers. 4 and a green for 3/4. Whenever this thing attacks, put a 2/2 green wolf token onto the battlefield tapped and attacking for each creature card in your graveyard. Whoa. That is sick. That might just take over the poll of the day. Essence of Orthodoxy was good, but that is fantastic. Resource Return. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. If you control an artifact, draw a card. Decent enough. For 1 and a black, I'll take it. Apothecary Geist. Boo! Boo! We all know that I do not like this card because I pulled it way too many times. It has flying. It's a 2/3. It's not bad, but 3 and white for that is like, eh. And it only gives you life if you have another spirit on the field already. So, boo. Flash Freeze. Counter target red or green spell for 1 and a blue. M12. That's an older card. Not old school, but older. Essence Scatter. M14. 1 and a blue. Counter target creature spell. I like the artwork on this one. What you attempt to pull from the aether, I can spread onto the wind. Nice. Reckless Impulse. 1 and a red. Exile the top 2 cards of your library until the next turn. Until the end of your next turn, sorry, you may play those cards. Okay. Another Watcher in the Web. Nice to have extra copies. I think I have 4 or 5 copies now with the 2 that I pulled today, so should be good for that at this point for those. Ooh, Persistent Specimen. I actually like this one. The artwork on this is kind of neat in this black and white frame. It is a 1/1 for 1 black, and basically you can pay 2 and a black to bring it back from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So it's a fantastic thing to sacrifice over and over again. And I don't know how many copies of that I had, but I do not have this version of the art for it, so I like this one. Sinister Cryologist. It's not as good as the Kessig Cage Breakers, of course. That is still going to be probably the best card of the day. When this thing enters target creature and opponent controls gets -3/-0 until end of turn, it has Warp. It's okay. And I got fooled by the artwork. I thought it was going to be a really cool card, but it's just got the nice border on it. Trample 3/2 for 2 and a red. Whenever this thing deals combat damage to a player, you get to create a blood token. It's a decent enough card. I'm not saying it isn't. I definitely think, though, that it's not as cool as the skeleton was. And nothing's going to beat the Cage Breakers, I don't think. I think that's going to be card of the day, guys. It's going to be tight, because that is really good, too. In a Phyrexian-based deck, that is going to pop like mad. But that, if you can give this thing like protection somehow or indestructible or something, you're going to be getting a ton of tokens. You just need to survive like 1 or 2 combat phases, because it doesn't have to actually deal damage, it just has to attack. So if you can get to survive combat twice, there is a really solid chance that you could end up with a board full of wolves in the right deck. I like that card a lot. Last pack, heading into the holidays. Like I say, I'm going to, well, I wasn't originally going to be home for Christmas, but I am now because my mom is sick. So I will be around to make the video for Christmas whenever I get a chance to, if my dad goes out. If not, it might be like a very like quiet, like Silent Night almost kind of video, but I will still do some sort of pack openings or something and record it for you guys. I just don't know how I'll figure it out yet. But I'm hoping he goes out today or tomorrow so I can get the new set versus old set episode recorded for you guys at home, because so far he hasn't left me alone since the other day when I recorded the first episode. I didn't realize I would need to record 2 in advance. So, anyways, last pack. Let's see what we got. We got Coalition Warbrute. 3 and a red for 3/4 with Enlist and Trample. You can tap in a non-attacking creature and give its power to this thing in addition to its power, and then this thing can just swing off. That's not bad. We got another Hickory Woodlot. That is like the 3rd or 4th time I've pulled that. It is an old school card, which I love. And I think in green, it's probably the best, or it's a really solid card for any green deck, first off. But I mean, anything that can put, oh my gosh. Beep. Okay, reset. Any deck that can proliferate is going to pop huge with this. Because as long as you can keep the depletion counters from never running out, you're always going to get 2 green mana out of this thing, which is pretty solid. Dismal Backwater, enters tapped, you gain a life, gives you blue or black. I like it. Show of Valor. Target creature gets +2/+4 until end of turn. For 1 and a white, that's not bad. Definitely gives your creature a solid chance of surviving. Checkpoint Officer, 1 and a white, +1 and a white, tap target creature. You're getting a 1/2 soldier at least out of it, but not my favorite choice. Decimator Beetle, 3 and a black and a green for a 4/5. When it enters the battlefield, put a -1/-1 counter on target creature you control. Whenever this thing attacks, remove a -1/-1 counter from target creature you control and put a -1/-1 counter on up to 1 target creature defending player controls. I mean, if you have a way to get more -1/-1 counters onto your stuff, I suppose that's not bad, but otherwise, that's kind of a 1 pop and done. Sharoom the Hegemon. 3, a white, a blue, and a black for a legendary artifact Sphinx creature. Flying 5/5, when it enters the battlefield, you may return target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's decent. I'm not going to play it as a commander by any means, but I can definitely see putting it into a blue, black, white deck. Or a 5-color deck even. Like, that's alright. That's alright. I'm alright with that. Ashmouth Hound. 1 and a red for a 2/1. If it blocks or becomes blocked by a creature, it deals 1 damage to that creature. Yeah. Goldmere Bridge. Enters the battlefield tapped. It's indestructible. It's an artifact land. Nice. And it taps for white or black. Artifact lands are cool. Because they actually count towards your artifact total, which is neat. And I like the artwork on this one. Good pull. Good pull. Devouring Light. 1 and 2 white, but it has Convoke. Exile target attacking or blocking creature. So, I mean, if you tap 1 creature, you can just pay 2 white instead of paying 1 and 2 white, which, yeah. Hero's Blade. From the Doctor Who set. Equipped creature gets +3/+2. Whenever a legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, you can attach this thing to it. Otherwise, it's equipped 4. It's not bad. Consigned to Memory. 1 blue. My God, I'm going colorblind, I think. Either that or my brain just really is not processing colors super well in terms of words. Replicate costs 1 colorless to replicate it, and you can just keep paying that over and over again if you want. Counter target triggered ability or colorless spell. Interesting. Masked Blackguard. 1 and a black for a 2/1 with flash. Pay 2 and a black, and it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Meh. Balemerk Leech. 1 and a black. 2/2. Whenever enchantment you control enters, or whenever you fully unlock a room, each opponent loses a life. Now, that is a good one for the deck I want to eventually build with all the rooms in it. So, happy with that pull. And we end on a Gravity Negotiator. 3 and a blue for a 2/3 with Devoid, flying. And when it attacks, you can pay colorless. No, you have to actually pay, you have to actually pay colorless, like with a waste or something. If you do, another target creature gains flying until end of turn. Not bad, not bad. That pack was interesting to say the least. We definitely had a very interesting pack to end on there. But there's no comparison, I don't think. I really do like the Essence Orthodoxy, don't get me wrong. But the pull of the day is definitely Kessig Cagebreakers. Came out in 2011. I'm not sure what set this is from, but that, to me, is probably a massive pull. If you can, like I say, if you can find a way to get this out onto the battlefield and make it indestructible, when you swing with this, you're going to get a ton of creature tokens. And if you can pull that off like 2 or 3 times, you can fill your board right up. I kind of want to put this in my wolf deck, except that it's not a werewolf, so it won't be super great in there. But I mean, at the same time, it has some pretty powerful stuff. I'm going to think about it. I'm not sure where I'm going to put this yet. I'm not sure what deck's going to get it, but it's definitely pull of the day. And you guys are the pull of my heart. Yes, that was super corny. I tried my best. I just want to say, if you don't end up tuning into any of my other videos this week, I hope you have a wonderful holiday, whatever holiday you may celebrate. For me, it's Christmas, so I'm going to say Merry Christmas as well. But I hope that you guys are safe, that you have a wonderful time with friends, family, by yourself if that's the way you prefer it, etc. Yeah. Kaiba and I are going to do our best to enjoy our holidays too, keeping in mind that we're going to keep our spending low, of course, over the holidays, because I'm hoping that my paycheck next week combined with this week will be enough that I can actually pay one of those car payments that I need to make without having to dip into the pool of money I've gotten from the donations yet, because I suspect I'm going to need those ones in January when all the hours die down. In the meantime, in between time, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the Kaiba content. I am rambling, so I'm going to shush now, and I'm going to say much love to you all from Kaiba at home and myself in the car to you. Happy holidays. Thank you for watching. Love you all. Bye.